Alright, so to get started on the look, I've already prepped and primed my eyes with Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. And then I took NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and then I put some under the brow bone and a little into the inner tear duct. I'm just going to take a little bit more of that. And we're just going to slightly place that on the inner portion of the eyelid like so. And then just blend it in, which is exactly what I did for the inner tear duct and the brow bone. I noticed a lot of people seem to be hauling this guy lately. I don't know if it's because the second one's about to come out or if it's because a lot of people have it so it's more readily available. But since everyone now seems to have it, I think it'd be a good idea to take it. I'm gonna be starting off with the Urban Decay, the Urban Decay 24/7 pencil. This is in Whiskey. Yeah, it's in Whiskey. I know they have a pencil now or a brush now, and I'm sorry for that, but this is just a brown eyeliner. And we're just going to smudge that out in the outer corner and then blend that out with my finger. So now I'm going to be taking a flat brush. If you got the flat brush or the Good Karma brush that came with this palette, then you're already one step ahead of those who got the pencil. So we're just going to start with the flat brush by dipping a little bit of the brush into Half Baked, which is just this golden color. And what we're going to do is just place that in the center between the milk and the pencil and start by blending those two together. I'm just going to take the edges of the smudger brush and then just start pulling down on the center of the lid to sort of give it a more creamy effect in the crease. I'm going to take a little bit of Dark Horse, which is just that more cool toned dark brown, and we're just going to use the same side of that shader and pat that into the outer corner. And then just do the same technique I did to the center of the eyelid. And then I'm just going to go into a little bit more Half Baked and then just place that in the center between Dark Horse and Half Baked to sort of blend and fuse them together. I'm going to grab a little bit of Buck for the crease, and we're just going to grab that with my e.l.f. blender brush, and we're just going to start blending out the crease. And I want the darkest bit of concentration to be in the outer portion of the eye, of course. And then just sort of blend in the remainder of the shading into the crease at that point. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of Virgin onto that blender. You can take the same blender unless it's too muddy to work with. I'm just going to start in the arch of the brow bone. And I'm just going to start moving the color around because I want the center of the brow bone to be the most opalescent, and not the entire brow bone to be ridiculously shimmery. Sorry, I forgot to record the usual tutorial eye. I'm going to be grabbing a little bit of Naked, and we're just going to bring up the crease a little bit and soften it at the same time, because I don't want to just shade directly over the crease with my highlight color, which is typically what I do, but this one's so frosty, so I'm just going to kind of shade it out using a little bit of Naked, and then clean up the outer corner with a makeup remover wipe, which is always what I do versus tape or a Q-tip. I'm just going to take a little bit of Virgin. You can take the same blender depending on where the quality of your brush is at this point. And we're just going to whisk that in the inner tear duct. I'm starting in the inner tear duct because that's where I want the majority of the brightness. And I'm just going to blend it into the eye right where I get to Half Baked and stop. And because no look of mine's complete without black, we're going to be taking a little bit of creep. And we're just going to blend that into the outer corner. I'm just going to start by pressing it in quite gently so that I get the color payoff idea. And then it's up to you if you want to still take this brush. I'm actually just going to flip it over. It's fairly clean on the other side. And then just start sort of whisking it in. Start gently creating like a sooty effect. I think this is a great look if you want to stop right here for a more wearable look, but if you want to take it one step further and really just sort of go for like a party look, like if you're going to work and then you're going to an office Christmas party, gift exchange, I think the added black is truly appropriate. Now for the waterline, I'm going to go back in with Whiskey. And we're just going to smudge that around. You can use the brown for the entire day. You could do it for the before or after Christmas party if you're attending one. No, you don't have to try to switch it to black. And we're just gonna blend that underneath on the, ow. I need to sharpen this pencil. I just like poked myself with the stick. Be right back. And now for the lower lash line, we're just gonna go back in using a little bit of Hustle, which is just this warm sort of chocolatey brown. So I'm just going to dab a little bit of this along both the waterline and the lower lash line. Just kind of smudge the whole thing out. And if you have no time for the eyeshadows, smudging a little bit of kohl and dusting a little bit of eyeshadow on top of it is also really beautiful look. To really draw open the eye though, you would do it to the top and the bottom, not just the lower, because you can make your eye look sunken and if you just do the dark shadow on the lower half. Taking my Urban Decay 24/7 liquid liner in Perversion, just kind of shaking it up. And we're just going to line the upper lash line. If you want a more daytime based look, I would take just the pencil in either the black or the brown and smudge that on the upper lash line. But if you want liquid and you want a more daytime look, I'd go with the brown. Or just a light bit of the black one. So I'm just going to keep the lining pretty smooth because I don't generally like to add formulas that are like sticky back into my look at a later time of the day. Just going to add a little bit to the upper lash line and flick out a little wing on the end. Now I'm going to be taking a little bit of Illamasqua's powder blush in Hussy. It's just this really cool pinky coral. I'm going to be taking it up on my e.l.f. stippling brush, which I've already used for my face powder and my bronzer. And we're just going to start at the back of the hairline. Just kind of get the bulk of the pigmentation back there, and whatever is left over on the brush, just bring it forward, stop right about here. I wouldn't put too much towards the front of the face because it'll look extremely pink, and then just sort of blend it back into the pigmentation using just the brush and no extra product. So for lips, I want a nude pout. I'm just going to add a little bit of Stripdown from MAC. So for lips, I'm going to be taking the Mary Kay Creme lipstick in pink satin. I'm just going to continue sort of going with this sort of like kind of like a warm kind of glow that you would get if you were in the frosty air, just this warm, healthy pink. And we're just going to pop that on the lips. And the Mary Kay Creme lipstick formula is really, really nice. It's a little on the sheer side, which makes them all really, really wearable. And you can always tell what color you have by looking at that. Kind of reminds me of like the NYX sort of, that sort of color icon thing. And I think the moisturizing agent in these is Candelia. So there you go. And then I'm going to be taking the Mary Kay Nourishing Lip Gloss in Pink Diamonds. And it's actually very, very, very silky on. That's just a perfect accompaniment to pink satin. So I hope that you enjoyed this look. I had a lot of fun putting it together for you. And stay warm this holiday season. I'm trying. So, and I live in California. So talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.